Hello student, this is again Shivam Misra. Now we are going to start some more properties of rationalization. So we will start with simple property of rationalization. Suppose we have 1 upon root a. We have to rationalize it 1 by root a. What we will do, rationalization means just to short out or just to remove a square root portion from the denominator. The rationalization simply means just to remove the square root portion from the denominator side. We have to remove the denominator square root anyhow. So what we will try, we have root a in the denominator, so it will just multiply with the square root of a to both the side. So now you will get a square root a on the numerator, and the denominator you will have a square in the under root. So this will get the result square root of a upon a. So now we got a success in our concept that we have removed the square root of the denominator. So this is the rationalization. Anyhow, you have to erase the denominator's square root. Suppose we have the term 3 upon root 5. So what again we have to try? We have to multiply root 5 with the numerator and denominator. So we will get in the numerator 3 root 5 upon root 5 into root 5, that will result to 5. So this is the result. Rationalization means simply to remove numerator from the denominator. Just remove a square root from the denominator. Rationalization simply means to remove a square root from the denominator. So we have some more examples. Suppose if we have examples of 1 upon 3 plus root 2, you have to remove the square root from the denominator. Then what you will try, you will just multiply 3 minus root 2, 3 minus root 2 from the numerator to denominator. What? Why we are multiplying with this 3 minus root 2 in the numerator denominator? Because if you are trying to multiply root 2 in the numerator and denominator, then you will find that denominator, this root 2 will change to 2, but this 3 will change to 3 root 2. So again we will have the same problem, that denominator gets a new square root portion. So we will just multiply with the reciprocals of, or with the conjugate of 3 plus root 2, and the conjugate of 3 plus root 2 will be 3 minus root 2 and 3 minus root 2. What is the benefit of it? We'll just see. We'll get 3 minus root 2 in the numerator, and in the denominator you will have a plus b and a minus b. A plus b and a minus b, this will result to 3 square minus root 2 whole square, and this will result to 3 minus root 2 in the numerator, and in the denominator you will have 3 square means 3, 3 square means 9, and root 2 square means 2. Now you will get 3 minus root 2 in the numerator, and the denominator you will have 9 minus 2, that will result to 7. So this is the required result. What we have done, we just tried to conjugate, multiply with the conjugate of the denominator to the numerator and denominator. What do you mean by conjugate? That I will explain like this. If we have a plus root b, the conjugate of a plus root, if we have a plus root b, the conjugate of a plus root b will be a minus root b. If we have root a minus b, the conjugate of it will be root a plus b. So you just need to change the sign of the functions. If you have two functions together, you just change the sign, that will be called as conjugate, and you will multiply it to both the sides. Suppose we have an example 1 upon root 5, root 3 minus 5. So again we will type the same pattern. We'll just multiply with the root 3 plus 5 to both the sides. Root 3 plus 5 to both the sides. In the numerator you will have the same number, root 3 plus 5, and in the denominator you will have a minus b and a plus b, that will be multiplied together, and this will result to a square minus b square, and a square minus b square means root 3 whole square minus 5 whole square. This will result to root 3 plus 5 upon root 3 whole square means 3 minus 5 whole square means 25, and 3 minus 25 will be result to minus 22. So numerator will be root 3 plus 5 and denominator will be minus 22. So these are the patterns and these are the techniques to get rationalized addition of a numerator which are used normally in two functions or three functions. We can have some more examples. Suppose we have an example 1 upon 7 plus 3 root 2. So what we will try, we will follow the same principle once again. We will multiply with the conjugate 7 minus 3 root 2 to both the side, 7 minus 3 root 2. What we will get in the numerator? In the numerator we don't have need to worry. We will get the same result, 7 minus 3 root 2 upon, in the denominator we will have a plus b and a minus b. So it will be multiplied together and we will get a result that 7 square minus root 3 root 2 whole square. 7 in the numerator you will have the result 7 minus 3 root 2 upon, in the denominator you will have 7 square means 49 minus 3 root 2 whole square. 3 root 2 whole square means 3 root 2 whole square means 3 root 2. 3 3 are 9 and root 2 into root 2 we know 2, 9 2 are 18 means 18. So 7 minus 3 root 2 upon 49 minus 18, this will result to 31. So this is the required result. So these are the patterns. Suppose we have 1 upon 7 plus 3 root 2 into 7 minus 3 root 2. We multiplied conjugate of denominator to both the side and we got our result in a simplified form, and that simplified form will be known simplified because it don't have a square root portion in the denominator. It do not have a square root portion in the denominator. Suppose you have one more type of questions. Suppose you have question like square root of 10 minus square root of 5 upon square root of 2. Now what you will think? You will think that we have to remove the square root portion. So we don't need to think square about the square root of the numerator. We do not wish to think about the square root of the numerator. We only need to worry about the square root of denominator. So in the denominator we have root 2. So we'll just try to multiply with the root 2 to the numerator and denominator so that we can short out the square root of the denominator. What you will get? You will get root 10 into root 2.